In 1997, something bizarre happened in San Diego, California. 39 people were found dead in a mansion, all dressed identically and leaving behind an eerie message. They were leaving this world to reach the true reality. They belonged to a group called Heaven's Gate, a cult that believed everything in this world was an illusion, a test before reaching a higher plane of existence. To them, everything around them, news, history, even their own senses, was a fabricated lie meant to keep them trapped. It sounds outrageous, but then you realize that people have questioned the nature of reality long before Heaven's Gate. In ancient times, Hindu texts spoke of Maya, the great illusion that deceives humanity into mistaking the temporary for the eternal. We don't need cults or ancient philosophy to sense that something might be off. We've all experienced those moments in life that feel scripted, coincidences too perfect to be random, patterns that repeat like a poor simulation. Maybe a stranger finishes your sentence right as you're about to say it, or a song plays on the radio moments after you think of it, or you have a vivid memory of a past event only to be told it never happened. It's easy to dismiss these occurrences as random flukes, but the deeper you explore, the more unsettling it becomes. Here's where things take a turn. What if everything you believe, your memories, your senses, your entire perception of reality, isn't solid and can be manipulated? Science has already shown that reality can change simply because we are observing it. In the famous double slit experiment, particles behave differently when watched, meaning that the act of perception itself changes the physical world. If reality were as fixed as we assume, why would it alter just because someone is looking? This suggests that everything you experience, how the world looks, how time seems to flow, might be influenced, shaped, or even manipulated by your own perception. If your perception isn't reliable, then your entire life could be a convincing illusion designed to prevent you from noticing the real truth. We trust our senses and memories to tell us what's real. However, they can lie to us more often than we might think. Take memories, for instance. They can be easily distorted or even completely fabricated. In a psychological study known as the Lost in the Mall experiment, people were told four childhood stories, three of which were real and one false. At first, participants denied the fake story, but within days, many started remembering it vividly, describing details that had never actually happened. This raises a disturbing question. If memories are so easily molded, how much of what you recall is even real? Perception itself is also unreliable. Colors, for example, don't exist independently. They're simply wavelengths of light that the brain translates into what we call red or blue. We think of time as flowing one way, but Einstein demonstrated that time can stretch and bend, though the brain smooths it out to feel predictable. Inattentional blindness shows how our brain can ignore glaring evidence right in our field of view, like when observers focused on a passing basketball task did not notice a person in a gorilla suit walking straight through the scene. So, if your brain is deciding what you see and what you ignore, it's shaping your version of reality and possibly filtering out important information. Every day, you wake up and make decisions, believing they come from within. But take a moment to ask yourself, where do your thoughts, beliefs, and opinions truly come from? Culture, environment, conversations, and societal noise seep into your consciousness, molding what you consider personal truths. If all your beliefs and opinions are formed through outside influences, you start to wonder what really belongs to you. Neuroscientists have found that when you think you're making a conscious choice, your brain has already made that decision milliseconds before you become aware of it. This unsettling discovery suggests that free will might be less free than we imagine. Imagine waking up one day with no memory of who you are. No name, no story, no identity, just awareness. Would you still be yourself? Scientists point out that every 7 to 10 years, Nearly all your cells have been replaced, so your physical self is not the same as it once was. Your beliefs change over time. Nothing about you remains static. Add to that the findings about dissociative identity disorder, where the same body can have one personality that is allergic to something while another personality is not, and you realize the mind exerts a powerful influence over our reality. The predictive mind theory in neuroscience goes a step further by suggesting that your brain is not merely receiving information from the world, it's generating your experience of reality from past patterns and expectations. Two people, therefore, can witness the same event and have entirely different experiences. If your mind is creating reality, then how much control do you actually have? If every thought or reaction is rooted in your history and conditioning, are you really making your own choices, or are you simply following a pre written script? Yet this realization can be liberating. If reality is a mental construct, you can change it by becoming aware of your mental processes. Cultures that lack a word for a certain color genuinely struggle to see that color. This demonstrates just how powerfully language, culture, and past experiences shape perception. If your decisions might already be made before you become aware of them, how do you break free from the loop? The key is to observe your mind at work. Notice patterns, trace where thoughts come from, and watch how conditioning influences your actions. Once you see the illusions for what they are, the blinders start to come off. Ancient spiritual traditions, from Buddhism to Stoicism, emphasize awareness, not control, because the moment you become truly aware of something, it loses its power over you. Your mind will still run its programs, but you'll be faster to spot them. You'll catch yourself justifying choices you didn't consciously make. You'll be in a position to question your reality and perhaps shape it in new ways. The question is, can you really wake up? Or will your mind slip back into its habitual illusions? If you've come this far, you're already ahead of most people. But knowing something isn't the same as living it. If you're ready to challenge these illusions, keep exploring. The truth isn't just out there, it's right here,